Hello, it's Friday the 3rd of September. My name is Stephen Brown. I'm Senior Canada Economist here at Capital Economics, and this is your Week in Review. It's been a busy week for global data, with the business surveys generally adding to the signs that the recoveries in most major economies are losing momentum. That's certainly the case in China, where our senior China economist Julian Evans-Pritchard pointed out this week that the official PMIs point to a contraction in GDP in August. That's partly due to the virus flare-up there, but also reinforces our long-held view that growth would soften over the second half of this year, in part due to tighter credit conditions. As our chief global economist Jennifer McEwen points out, signs of softer growth are not unique to China. Renewed virus flare-ups have also weighed on the business surveys elsewhere in emerging Asia, and the PMIs for most advanced economies also softened in August, although they continue to suggest that output is expanding. The key question is what all this means for central banks. We saw further evidence this week that emerging market central banks are taking an aggressive approach to inflation, with the Central Bank of Chile surprising markets with a 75 basis point rate hike. Next week, we have several more central bank meetings to look forward to, including from the ECB, the Bank of Canada, and the Reserve Bank of Australia. In Canada, the data this week showed a surprise second quarter contraction in GDP, so I explained in my preview how that means the Bank of Canada is likely to wait until its next meeting in October before it tapers its asset purchases again. By contrast, we expect the RBA to continue to press on with its tapering plans next week, even though most analysts now expect the central bank in Australia to remain on hold. In his preview, our chief Europe economist, Andrew Kenningham, explains how the ECB is unlikely to tweak its policy next week, but it probably will signal that it will soon begin to wind down its own asset purchases. One economy I've not mentioned yet is the US. The ISM manufacturing survey held up pretty well there in August, but there are still signs that supply shortages are weighing on growth, with motor vehicle sales falling very sharply in August as well. The key issue for the Fed as it ponders when to taper its own asset purchase program is the strength of the labour market recovery. The US non-farm payrolls report is out today, and you can find our analysis of what that means for the Fed and for financial markets on our website. With that, all that's left for me to say is have a great weekend, a great Labor Day to those of you in North America, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.